Live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
What's going on, everybody? This is Grandmaster Facts, and this is the first pilot episode of Agents of Nerds here at Party Nerds Presents. Today we're going to be talking about the final predictions for Avengers Endgame. To my left we have...
How's Diesel, baby? How you doing out there?
And to his left we have...
AJ, what's up, everybody? I'm ready to get this shit going.
So today is April 22nd. That being that we have 3 days, literally 3 days, Thursday night. I know it says the 26th, but fuck y'all. Thursday night. Thursday night, Avengers Endgame. Parking lots are going to be fucking packed. There's going to be people hustling oranges in the parking lots, and everything is going to be horrible. So, please, as much as we've been enthralling ourselves into the dynamic of this damn movie, what exactly is everybody's thoughts on what we're about to go and see?
All right. AJ, what you got, man?
Okay, we'll start from the beginning. We've seen your video on YouTube plenty of times to see that we think that Captain Marvel is going to get that axe in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
She is going to underestimate Thanos, and he is going to use, I think, the Mind Stone on her and figure something out and kill her because she is susceptible to mind control.
See, right off the bat, you said the Mind Stone, right? So her powers are
From the Mind Stone.
Are from
No,
the Space Stone.
I'm sorry, it's from the
Space-
from the Tesseract.
From the Tesseract.
From the Tesseract.
So
Yeah.
right off the bat, like, if anything, if Thanos can detect her, like, her signature, right? Because it would be the same as the Tesseract or the Space Stone. I mean, right? Then he would use. I would think he would use the Space Stone instead
To counter her.
to either take her
Let's
powers
see.
away. But I honestly think that she's gonna go out there. She's gonna gather all the Avengers together because they're desperate. They're really desperate, and they're just like, we don't know what to do. She's like, look.
You got me
I'm
now.
I'm Captain Marvel. Like, we're gonna fly out there. We're gonna kill him. I'm gonna take the gauntlet. We're gonna reverse everything that happened. So she's gonna lead them, even knowing that they're just basically naive, right? And they're gonna go out there. She's gonna show her ass a little bit. She's gonna beat down Thanos a little bit because he's not gonna expect how much power she has. He's gonna figure this shit out, and I think he's gonna kill her. Now, I don't think that death is permanent. I think she comes back later, but I think she's gonna be axed early in the movie.
Do you think from the trailers that she's coming off a little bit too cocky?
Yes.
Yeah,
extremely.
But like I said in the video, like, she's supposed to come off cocky because she hasn't found anybody that's on her power level, right? So she's been in space for a couple decades, fighting different beings and stuff. Apparently, nobody's on her level, and then she's gonna run into Thanos, that just like he did with the Hulk.
She got to run into Thor first.
Yeah, but Thor's going to jump on board because he feels guilty of not going for the head. Right?
There's the other question. Are one of them going to fight her when she comes down?
So,
Are we seeing some kind of...
Well, I guess from the post-credits interview, we're probably not going to.
But we don't know if that's after the fact. Maybe her and Thor were scrapping outside and she came in. She beat his ass real quick and came in. You don't know. I mean, I think just like a throwback to the first Avengers when Thor, Iron Man, and Cap all were fighting in the woods.
I mean, that does happen a lot in the MCU. Like, they do, like, when characters meet each other, they duke it out. I don't think it's really necessary because I don't think that's that type of party. Like, when she shows up, that we seen in the post-credit scene, I think it's more like, where's Fury?
She's worried.
She's gonna explain who she is. Like, and they're just going to jump on board. I don't think there's going to be any battle. That's just me personally.
Right.
Like,
there's been a basic timeline of the trailers as we've seen as the sequence of how they've been done.
Right.
We've seen have Stoney being stranded in space with Nebula in the beginning of the trailers.
Right.
So obviously we had that sort of look on our faces to where it was like, okay, how's he going to get down? We obviously know now from the trailers that he is going to get back down to Earth. So that's completely out of the question. And it's not even a matter of how, it's when, because we saw Nebula and him working on the ship. They're obviously going to come down.
Right.
The next sequences are the fact that, okay, something very goddamn strange that happens to be happening is the fact that Black Widow's hair seems to be changing at least 6 fucking times in these trailers.
Now Now, are they going to go here? My whole thing with that is too. I've been saying that to him. Like, she's got red hair. She's got half blonde, half red hair, and
She
then
got
full
long blonde hair. She got long hair with a tassel in the back.
So now do they go with? Because with Captain Marvel in the beginning, when they're flying in the ship on the way there, she has the short blonde hair. Now, are they going to get beat? Are they going to get beat the fuck up right there, all of them, and then it take a little bit of time?
That's
to
what
get back into it again.
That's what I was alluding to. That the fact that they're going to jumpstart and shortchange the fact that the case of their mission.
Right.
Take on, and literally Hulk said it in the trailers. He was like, we're going to go in short-handed, right?
And get their ass
we're about to get fucked up.
Probably get their ass kicked.
Anytime in a movie or in a show or something, when you have a character that just it just basically just says, "Oh yeah, you guys were missing me. Like, let's just go now. Let's just get them like without like a real strategic way of like trying to handle the situation. Like it normally goes south. Like it goes south, and that's what's going to happen. She's going to pump them up. They're going to be like, "Yeah, let's go." They're going to get their asses handed to them. They're going to come back and regroup, and then you're going to.
I'll give you the perfect scenario.
Go ahead.
Second Aliens movie, when the Marines rolled in, not knowing what the fuck was about to happen, and they got annihilated.
Yep.
That's what's going to happen.
That's what's going to happen to them.
100%.
Where Bill Paxton was like, "You want some of this? Fuck you, man! Fuck you!" And all of a sudden gets grabbed from underneath the floor and pulled down.
That poor guy.
They got Sarge, man.
That poor guy gets killed in every fucking James Cameron movie.
But I love Bill Paxton.
Me too.
R.I.P. to that guy.
Bill Paxton. But you do everything but True Lies. You died in James Cameron film.
Another sequence that seems to be happening, of course. It seems as though the person that has not that they have the most experience with quantum technology, but the fact that Ant-Man is shown through these trailers, looks like he's back where his daughter lives, wandering around a neighborhood, and the fact that unbeknownst to him, it looks like, of course, nobody's there, but it seems like he's gotten out.
Yeah.
So we know that he's going to find a way to get out of the quantum tunnel.
Yeah.
But the thing is, from there, is he going to figure things out going forth in order to pretty much alert everybody else as to what exactly we can do to rectify this?
Now you see in the trailer when he comes in on the security camera, and it's like, you guys still here?
That was the first one. Yeah,
that's the first one. But then you see, if you really look in the corner,
archive.
It says archive footage.
Right.
So is it?
So he was there.
Video, or was he there?
So one thing I want to clear up, that's definitely not the past. So don't think it's like 83 or some people's like it's 1983 or something.
No.
So we'll wax that out the way, right? It's definitely not the past, because for him to have his van, that van has to be from the moment of that snap and after, right?
Or before.
Because that van's not back there in 83 with the quantum realm.
No, but I'm saying or before when Luis picks him up from jail. I mean in Ant-Man, it's from then. It could be from that point until it has to
have the equipment.
Yeah,
like,
right. It has to have the equipment, then they can't even figure it out.
He can't use that van. Like he can probably get out of the quantum realm, but he can't use the van. So remember that van is key. That it's happening either around the snap or later down the road. Where I think more it's like he's going to come out in the future, whether it's a year or two or it's a month or two. He's going to come out post snap. It's going to be some time given, and then they're already going to have their asses handed to him, and that's where he shows up.
Correct.
And it's
you think they come back from space, and that's when he shows up?
Yeah, because he's not part of that. Like, if you understand, like, you got to like dig deep into.
You don't see him. You don't see that. You don't see him or Tony.
And Tony's not there because he's suffering from that wound that Thanos gave him. Like, everybody forgets, like, he got stabbed up.
Yeah, he got shanked.
Yeah, he's been up in space for
caught
so long.
that jailhouse shank.
Yeah, he don't have no alcohol, no peroxide. Or
He's got his little ice.
He got his little nanotech
ice thing that he did. Yeah.
Good and all that. Me, baby, nice to see you. And all that. And so he's not going. And Mark Ruffalo can't Hulk out, so he ain't going. So that's what it is.
I have a theory about that. I think we're going to get to see Professor Hulk.
Okay.
I have it. I have that, and I've had that in my head for a time now.
Because they've been sinking all this time. Pretty much in that context, they've been sinking all this time. And you got to remember, of course, from Ragnarok, he was Hulk for what, 2 years?
2 years.
And he was like, damn, I never even shrunk back at all.
He didn't even know where the hell he was or anything.
Till he saw his old joint, and then he got him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, until
they showed him his old joint. It's like, oh, fantastic.
So there's other speculation that seems to be going around is the fact that some of the original 6 Avengers seem to be the ones that did not get the impending snap.
Right.
Other than Rocket and Nebula.
Nebula and Ant-Man.
And James Rhodes.
And Rhodey, yeah.
And
I mean,
well, Rhodey's still like a
He's
supporting
still-
piece, yes.
Yeah.
But as far as the original 6 Avengers from the first Avengers movie, they seem to be the ones, and it was kind of like directed onto them. It's kind of like I had this like whole hypothesis about this where. Why did Nick Fury choose these 6 guys? Like he saw this shit coming.
Yeah.
And I needed these 6 heroes in order to get this together.
Specifically.
All with the help of maybe Captain Marvel and some other supporting characters, but that original 6 had to be there.
Right.
Why?
See, now I like that. That's good. Why? Why?
I mean,
I don't know. You don't know.
You could think he had some foresight or of what was going to happen.
Mhm.
That's why he probably recognized when he saw Maria disappearing, and he's like, "Oh, I got to make that page now. I got to hit up Carol."
Yeah.
So he might have got tipped off. It could have been Doctor
Mhm.
Strange.
That's
Astroplane.
And he went through so many different situations on how the situation with Thanos would turn out that he possibly, when he got to the 14,605th time, he was like, all right, I need to project myself through time and warn this person this is what's going to happen.
Correct.
Yeah,
If
that's
you see
it.
this,
Yep.
this is what you need to do. Like everything, Doctor Strange, even though he won't be probably in the movie the way we think he's going to, like everybody else, he's going to be playing a part through the scenes, like
Right.
back behind the scenes, orchestrating where people need to go and where they need to be and who needs to be where to make sure they defeat Thanos. So it's more like Doctor Strange understands the situation, but he's going to be playing on the backside. And I think that's a way that Nick Fury could understand what's going on. It might be a way for if the Avengers go back in time and if he, like, maybe he does talk with Loki. Or maybe he spoke with Loki when Loki was down here.
Right, because there have been those reshoots where Cap is back into his original little blonde coif,
Thor has
face.
his long hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we obviously know through the quantum realm, the one thing that they got warned about is that, hey, beware of the time loops.
Yeah.
See, Ant-Man and Wasp, I got to admit, gave us a little bit of small little gems here and there. And when Janet Van Dyne came not Hank was going in, but when Scott was going in, she was like, hey, if you stay in there too long, just beware of the time loops.
Right.
The time vortex.
Yeah.
You get sucked into
You'll
one.
get
we
sucked
can't
in
get-
on-
She
can't
wasn't
get
just-
out, you'll end up
she
somewhere
wasn't
else
just talking to Ant-Man. She was talking to all of us.
Right, pretty
You know what I'm
much.
saying? Like,
Yeah,
was
she was-
talking to you,
yeah.
she was talking to you. She was letting everybody know, hey, this is what's out there.
Right.
So that's where Ant-Man, this is why I think he comes out either a few months later or a year or two later.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's why he comes out. He's confused on what's going on.
Now, what about now we talk time travel. We're all in a sense knowing that it's happening in this movie, right?
Yeah.
Right.
What is the effect going to be? The ripple effect of it all. Say they go back to Avengers, the
Okay.
first Avengers movie,
Okay.
Yep.
and then all of a sudden they know that the Time Stone or the Mind Stone and the Tesseract are both there at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
They get that. Thor doesn't have the Tesseract to take Loki back to Asgard.
Correct.
Where does Loki go from there? We don't have the Mind Stone in that time period to make Vision.
Well, the thing is, also there's that theory that is said that Loki that was killed on Thanos' ship was the one from New York. That this was already the plot. The time travel has already been happening. These are the loops that have already been
And
happening.
we've been we see that would be like how when Doctor Strange pulls the stone, it's already glowing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So you know all those stones
So-
don't glow when they're not
So
working.
the Loki that we know from present day that is already fighting against Thanos already, where Thanos has just arrived
Sure.
on the ship. And literally the first thing that he says is, that we have a Hulk scene from Avengers.
Yeah, so that's
So it's kind of like alluding to the fact that that gave the hyperbole. What if this is the Loki from the past?
Because you brought that up, right? Like, I'm thinking, remember when Iron Man, when they're at the Avengers Tower, and then he was just talking about how, basically he made Ultron and stuff. And
Yeah.
he wasn't really apologetic about it, right? And basically he said, this is the end game. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking, like, Doctor Strange, like, went back and saw that he went back and seen that
Right.
scene for himself. And literally, that's why he told Tony, like, hey, we're in the end game now.
Right.
Because he would figure
Tony, it would spark a thing in Tony's head that he said that
Exactly.
before.
It wasn't just it's not like Doctor Strange said that to Peter Quill or he said that to
Right.
Nebula. Like he said it to Tony Stark for a reason.
Well-
and it's something that will trigger
Another thing with Tony, I'm gonna take mine off because I got another dope ass shirt underneath this. But
an Avengers trip.
it seems I've been looking. I'm going crazy. It seems that Thanos fears Tony. Because
100%.
if you look at every single person that he fought through that whole thing, other than Loki or Heimdall or whatever,
He did spare a couple people.
He let Thor die. He didn't kill him.
Yeah.
The Avengers when he was fighting all them, he didn't kill Cap. He not
Yeah.
and then but he was getting ready to kill Tony
Yeah.
because he knows.
Anybody that's in his way from stopping his plan, he will off. If the fact that Doctor Strange was willing to give up the Time Stone, that's the only reason he spared Tony Stark, because he wanted him off the map. But he knew if he didn't spare Tony Stark, then Doctor Strange was willing to die to not give him the Time Stone. So it's just like Thanos is he was playing chess the whole time. Like he's not going to do anything unnecessary to get him away from his goals. So that's why Thor was able to survive. He didn't need to kill Thor. He needed to kill Loki because of what Loki did in New York and effed up.
Because he failed his mission.
Exactly, right.
And too, I mean, you can't just. He's about to try and stab you in the throat. You have to,
Yeah, and he kills Gamora because
He needed
can't get
to.
he can't get the Soul Stone.
He needs to commit an ultimate
He was
sacrifice.
like, look, little one, you gotta go, and he just threw her off because that's what
So,
was necessary.
so Thanos doesn't really understand the ultimate paradigm of his actions because
Not at all.
he the reason for his goal, he wanted to achieve ultimate balance throughout the universe. What he doesn't understand is the natural order of things.
Right.
So, the one thing that the Russo brothers brought up was the fact that we're going to see a few characters from the comic books that a lot of people that read comics will know,
Right.
but a lot of people that watch the movies probably won't get.
Right.
So, ultimately, in the end, a lot of the cosmic entities, whether it be Eternity, Infinity,
Right.
Living Tribunal, they are the natural order of things. The way that the universe works, it works itself out. However disastrous life can be, however many wars are battled throughout the cosmos, but in the ultimate impeding end of it, I have a feeling just from listen,
There you go.
this book right here, this one right here. All right. So not only did Thanos happen to come into conflict with the fact of his actions, where when he finally got all the stones together, there was a reason that they were separated, all the Infinity Stones in the first place. But the fact that it happened and that all of them were going to be used for not even the greater good, but for an impeding death, all for the means to impress Lady Death in the comics. But that's not generally going to be the one thing that happens now. I can say this is that he's going to get met by something if he lives through a couple more of these battles that he has with the Avengers. There's going to be someone or something that's going to approach him in the means of saying there is now a cataclysmic shift in the universe, and ultimately this whole thing has to get reset anyway.
Right.
And in the comics, he had to battle Eternity. He had to battle Lord Chaos and Master Order. He had to battle all these people because he felt that he was right in his actions, and they felt that he was wrong.
Yeah, and the powers of the universe, they all came to combat him. And
Oh, because we all know in the comic he just did it to do it.
Yeah.
He did it for death, and that's
Absolutely.
it. He didn't do it for this grand scheme of saving,
but now he feels
saving half the universe so they can eat. No, 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 no.
Yeah, now
That's
he
not
feels like
happening.
He has purpose, and one thing's for sure is that we do recognize ever since Loki basically banished Odin from Asgard, this gave the opportunity for Thanos to get a gauntlet made for himself, get rid of the dwarves.
Because the Nine Realms were
Yeah,
abandoned.
because they were all in
So
chaos.
They wouldn't be able to forge any more weapons against him.
All this had to happen. It all connects.
It all connects to, how everybody said, like, Odin, gone.
The Ancient One.
The Ancient One, gone.
Yeah.
Ego, gone.
All-
Anybody that could stop him is gone.
Yeah. Now, obviously, like we said, like Eternity.
Well, we haven't met that, yeah.
There's other powers out there, but he was able to navigate his way to getting these stones without some of the power players that would have been able to stop him. Like
Correct.
Odin was always, without them even seeing them on screen together, Odin has always been like a thorn in his side where he wasn't able to do things. That's why he would send Loki off to do something or Ronan to go do something.
That's what kind of makes you feel that
And that's why it's-
Odin, of course, conquered the 9 realms himself at one point in time.
Yeah.
You gotta
So,
think that he-
so that greed and power has affected others in the past. I mean, we saw even just to obtain one stone, what happened to Red Skull?
Yeah.
You know, and those type of things.
And he was cursed for
Exactly.
you know.
So Odin gave up that power at some point in time. So Thanos has to realize the point of his actions, and he's going to get met with something that's going to be like, look, you got to realize that you fucked up, and we might have to correct this and by
I
annihilating you.
have that feeling it's going to be eternity.
Now, the last thing that we saw from